It's recording. It's recording. Welcome back to Do Me Wong, hosted by Rebecca Wong. Okay, well, this is I don't even know what episode this is, but it's been a while since I've recorded my last episode, and I know I've started almost every single episode with that introduction, and it's getting annoying. It's, oh my gosh, I started at 11:11. It's 11:11 p.m. right now. It is December 19th, 2025. Why am I starting this? Like, literally out of nowhere. I don't know. I felt the sudden urge to. And I think it's because me and my boyfriend had a mature conversation today. And I was like, I love having conversations. So I'm having a conversation with my phone, with my camera, with my laptop, and with this. And anyone who hears me in my house. Yeah. What was I going to talk about today? I honestly don't know where I was going with this, but I had an urge to talk about something. So I'm starting school for spring semester, and I haven't done school since the end of fall semester 2023. So it's been 2 years. It really has been 2 years since I stopped doing classes. Am I nervous? I'm nervous about doing the work. Am I nervous about going to class? Yeah, I actually am, now that I'm thinking about it. Oh my god. My boyfriend asked me that today, and I was like, nah. I'm actually scared before, but this time, even though I took a 2-year break, I'm feeling better. Now I'm thinking about it, like I'm really thinking about it. Like, I don't know if that's even true, because I'm so terrified. I'm so scared. Like, what am I scared about? I'm scared of being around people. I haven't been around like I've been around a lot of people, but not like a lot of strangers, you know what I mean? Like, I work at a restaurant, and I only work there 2 days a week. A 7-hour shift and a 4-hour shift. So I'm not like around a lot of people, but like when you're at school, you're literally with you pass by like at least 100 different people. So like it's just so different, like the socializing aspect of it. I'm like really terrified of, because I'm just really scared. I'm really scared. But do what makes you uncomfortable, right? Because that is the only way you'll grow. By doing what? Doing something uncomfortable. Doing something you don't want to do. Which I think goes into my next topic, which just came out of my ass. I've been feeling, and I think a lot of people my age feels this way. And even people who isn't my age, it doesn't really matter. Anyone in the world right now is feeling lost. And I'm one of them. And I feel like I'm sort of alone in this, which I know I'm not, but I do feel like I am alone in this, is because I feel like everyone around me, oh my gosh, is this still recording? I feel like everyone around me is like doing something that they love, right? And like doing something that they're passionate about. I had a customer the other day. A lot of old people go to my restaurant. It's not mine, but like it's where I work. And there was these two old men, very old. One of them was an Air Force veteran, but he was in for only 6 years. Now, I don't want to say only 6 years because that's still a long time. I'm here. Never mind. Long story. So yeah. It's just like two old guys and they were giving me like life advice. But before they gave me life advice, one of the old men, who I swear looked like Santa Claus, he literally walked in the restaurant and was like, "Merry Christmas." I was in the kitchen, but he said it to like my boss because he was just there. And he was like, "Merry Christmas." He was like, "Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas." Okay. I gave them their food, and he asked me, "So, what do you do besides this? Do you go to school? Are you a student?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm going back to school for spring. I took a long break, so I'm going back, finally going back." And he was like, what do you love to do?" I took the longest pause ever. And I said, "I'll get back to you on that." Bro, the look he gave me, I felt so like upset with myself. Not even embarrassed. I felt so disappointed in myself because the look he gave me and what he said after was like, "Oh, I'm one of those." He said, "Do you want to hear a little bit of advice from someone who has earned himself a little bit of money?" I said, "Yes, please." "Okay, battery's almost gone. Great. Give me one moment." Sorry, I had difficulties. I haven't used this camera in forever. So the battery was naturally low and it died really fast. So I had to go fetch my other batteries and check the battery percentage on all of them. And this one was the most full one. It was at 77. So yeah, as I was saying, old man said, "You want some advice on from someone who made a little bit of money in his lifetime?" I was like, yes, please tell me." He said, "Buy real estate as soon as you can." Thank you for reiterating something that I've known for so long. If I could, I would, but I don't. I can't. I literally can't. Financially, I literally cannot. So I was like, "Oh, okay." And then he proceeded to say, "Since you're a woman, in that field, as a woman, it's really good to get into insurance." He said, I was like, "Insurance?" I was like, I never would have thought that insurance would have been a good thing to get into. He was like, "Yeah. Get insurance, like create an insurance agency. 25 years later, sell it, and bing bada boom, you've made yourself a lot of money." I'm like, I said, yeah, it would make sense because, everyone needs insurance, right? Literally everyone. We need insurance. Which, I hate insurance. You know what I mean? Anyways, that's a whole other topic. Everyone needs insurance. So, like, I can understand why getting into, like, insurance business. It's actually so funny that he mentioned insurance because my closest cousin, he just got into like insurance, like selling insurance, I think like a couple months, like 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago. And he he's made a good amount of money, right? And so like I just now thought about that. Holy crap. Connecting the dots. Like maybe I should get into insurance. And this freaking old man show up out of nowhere at my job looking like Santa Claus saying, get into insurance. You know what, Santa? Maybe I will. Maybe I will, just because you wore that hat. Just because you wore those Santa Claus glasses and you got that white beard. Like he literally looked like Santa Claus. It was just like, wow. Oh my gosh. Guess what? So Santa Claus was saying all that. And the other guy, his friend, also an old man, the Air Force veteran, he was mentioning like, and also don't get involved with boys that will just play around and mess with you, only with you just to have fun. But he said this thing and I was like, it was so good. Ready for it? He said, don't let a boy milk you if he can't afford the milk. Wait, let that sink in. Let me say that shit again. I said, don't let a boy milk you if he can't afford the milk. So it's basically saying like, don't let a man, don't let a fool be all up in your business if he can't even afford milk. If he can't even afford the tiniest thing for you. Don't let him touch you. Don't let him be intimate with you. Don't let him mess with you, okay? Just don't. Don't let a rando like don't even go near you, okay? If he can't even afford the toilet paper, if he can't even afford the milk, if he can't even afford a toothbrush or soap for that matter, or deodorant. I mean, actually deodorant is getting really expensive, not gonna lie. Milk. Whoa, was that really loud? I'm so sorry. Like that line actually slapped. Like when he said that, I was like, oh, I'ma use that for later. I was like, thank y'all for your wise words. I really do appreciate it, because I love when old people like talk to me, even though, okay, it might sound creepy because later this man did say how old I was, but I didn't really take it as like creepy. Like when I see two old men like talking to me and like trying to get to know me, like I don't feel like, I'm not getting a creepy vibe from them. Like it's just them. You know how old people are? Older people, I should say. Like they love to talk and they love to give advice. So them being old people, you know, they've had a lot of life experience. So they know how to like butter up people, get to know people, and start from there and say like the right things for them. And then when I did mention I have a boyfriend, he was like, oh, so you do have a boyfriend? And I was like, yeah, that's how I know chivalry isn't dead. And then I only said that because when they were both talking to me, they Santa Claus said, there's this thing called chivalry. Have you heard of it? And I was like, yeah. I said like, yeah, some females would say that chivalry is dead. I said some. Some females would say chivalry is dead. And he was like, well, no, that's not right, because there's two guys right in front of you right here. I'm like, oh. You know, the nervous laughter. And yeah, that's why I said like I have a boyfriend. That's how I know chivalry isn't dead, because my man treats me right. That's a whole other thing. So yeah, I was very intrigued. I love hearing advice from old people, and I've heard a lot of advice from all the old people that has came and went in my restaurant, the restaurant I work at. And the first question that Santa asked me, though, when he asked me, what do I love to do? And I literally couldn't think of one. I literally couldn't even think of a good lie. That's how bad I'm at. That's how low of a point I am in my life. I don't know what I love to do. And I discussed this with my boyfriend too. Like, I genuinely don't know what to do. And like, we both, it's just sad. It's sad. I don't have any hobbies. I don't have anything that I'm really passionate about. Like, I have things that I love to do, that I would love to do more. I can't afford it, I would say. Like, I wouldn't spend so much money on it because, like, to me, I feel like my hobbies cost too much in a way that, like, it's not worth it for me to spend my money to get into it. So maybe I wouldn't say like I'm obsessed with it. Like, I feel like I'm focusing more on like my money instead of like what I'm passionate about, obviously, because I need to save money. I can't be spending money on like my hobbies. Hobbies are like down here. Like, they're way down on my priority list. I don't care for hobbies, and I think maybe that's why I feel so lost in my life, because I'm not doing something that makes me happy. I'm not doing something that gets my creativity flowing, because back then I used to paint a lot. I used to draw a lot. But then I got into a relationship, and then my creativity just went downhill. And then I got single again. I got into a little bit of photography. I don't know if you guys remember. The real ones know. I had a photography account. I tried to do photography a little bit. Did it like a few times and called it quits. What else? What else did I do? I did my podcast episode. I was very consistent for like, I'd say like 7 months. 7 months. I was fairly consistent for 7 months, okay? I would post at least like 3 times a month. 3 to 4 times a month, right? And I didn't post for 2 whole years because I got into another relationship, and B, I was gone for a while for something that was a huge dream of mine, and yes, I succeeded, as I mentioned in my other podcast episode. But that was it. And now I'm back to feeling lost. And then I posted like 2 or 3 podcast episodes since I got back, and I haven't posted one for a while now, and this will be my first one in a while. It is such a whole mess. It'll be 2 years in late January since I posted my very first podcast episode. The date is January 29, 2023. That was my first aired podcast episode. It's called, what is it? The Wong Pilot. Oh gosh. What a dream. I feel like not a lot of people watch my podcast episodes or listen to my podcast anymore, because I was so consistent for 7 months in 2023, and it took freaking 2 whole years to post on my next post. So I can see why some people would stop listening to me. And I think the thing that I lack, and what I think a lot of people lack, is discipline and consistency. And that's how you succeed. Doing something that a lot of people lack in, which is consistency, discipline, actually showing up. And I'm trying to be a man. Sorry, what? I'm trying to be a woman of my... No, not putting gender in this. I'm trying to be a person of my word. You know what I mean? Because that's one of my hugest pet peeves, is when someone goes against their word. And then sometimes, like, I do mine. Like, sometimes I'll be saying, like, okay, I need to eat 3 meals a day starting today. Do I? No. I say, okay, I need to work out today. Do I? I mean, 95% of the time, yes, I actually do work out, because I need to pass this test. Anyways, yeah, I do. And I want to get bigger. I want to get stronger. I want to get thicker, okay? When I came back from pursuing a lifelong dream of mine, I came back and I looked so buff. My boyfriend said my butt looked so plumped, and now it doesn't. Isn't that so sad? And that made me realize, like, damn, I really did, like, just let myself go when I came back. And when I say let myself go, as in get lazy and not eat. Bro, food was free when I was gone, okay? That's how I got that big. That's how I got that thick and tender and juicy. I'm craving steak. Oh my god. Anyways, yeah. And so now when I'm back here, I have to cook my own food. I have to buy my own food. You know how much food costs nowadays? If you follow me on Instagram at Beccuhw, nothing's coming out. Okay. What was I gonna say? Yeah, if you follow me on Beccuhw, sometimes I'll be posting like my grocery haul and say, is this worth, and then I put the amount that I paid for all those groceries, and most of the responses, most of the votes go towards hell no, it is not worth it. So the economy is so bad, so you have to work against the economy, which means doing better. And how do you do better? Get into insurance. Get into insurance, I guess. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. How do you get into insurance, bro? I'm not an extrovert. I'm not a people person, okay? I'm not. If you want to be an insurance person, you have to be a salesperson, right? I can't be a salesperson because I don't know how to talk. I feel like I can persuade people very easily if I really tried hard enough, because I'm quite the manipulator. In a good way, okay? In a good way. And I don't know, it's just, like selling insurance, I don't believe in that. So I can't sell something. And I do feel like I could be really good at like advertising and marketing, but I'm too afraid to put myself out there. Oh, you know what else, Santa Claus? I just reminded myself. Santa Claus also told me, get into business when you go to school. Take business classes, take finance classes, take money classes, because anything and everything you do goes back to finance. It goes back to money. And as sad as that sounds, it is very true. But I feel like it's mostly if you live in the US. Everything's money here. Everything is greed here. Everything is a... Sorry, I'm not like educated enough. But like, I don't know this word. But everything's advertised. Everything is marketed to make a business richer. Make someone richer. Make a CEO richer. Like, be that CEO, bruh. Be the shark. The only way to succeed, honestly, is to be a shark. Isn't that so? No. Success looks different in everyone's eyes, and either it's in riches, as in money riches, or it's wealth. Wealth can also mean very different in other people's eyes. Damn, these shorts are hella tight. I think I'm just fat. Nope. Okay. I'm tired. You know what? I'm gonna end the episode right here. Should I? Like, I don't want to. I love talking to a camera. What can I do with this? Cause I feel like me just talking to a camera isn't working. Like, I can't really do anything with this. If I could rant all day to you guys, I would. But it is getting late, and I told myself that I would keep it at like 30 minutes because my podcast episodes have been getting really long lately. And I think it bores a lot of people. People don't want to hear everything I have to say, right? So, who's people? Like 3 of y'all. Actually, no one fully listens to any of my podcast episodes. There should be a reward. I should like give out a test and a quiz. That'd be really funny. Oh no, because then you got AI and people can like auto transcript any like piece of audio. And okay, I'm just going off topic. It is 11:47 right now. Have a good night and have a good morning and have a good rest of your day whenever you're listening to this. Yeah, let me know what else y'all want. This is Do Me Wong, hosted by Beccuhw. And thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.